Fruit! We're ready to paint some fruit. Now, first of all, we have to look at our compositions. So you're going to take your 3 pieces of fruit and you're going to arrange them however you like. I want you to make sure that you have at least one overlapping another one. So play with that, and however you decide to put your fruit, you're going to keep it that way every day. So overlap it however you want, but I am requiring that at least 2 things are overlapping. So we're going to start with blind contour. So I want you to arrange your fruit on your table the way you want, and then you're going to get a piece of paper and we're going to start our blind contours. Okay, we're ready to do some blind contours. You should have your fruit set up in front of you. Remember, the fruit needs to be set up the same way every day. If you're sitting to the left of it, you need to be on the left of it every day. On the right, same way. You want to have the same size chair every day. You want everything to be the same every day. Okay? Seen artists do this before. They hold their fingers up like this. They're trying to work out a composition. So I want you to fold your paper in half twice. So you've got 4 compositions to look at here. And we're going to start with blind contours, right, blind contour at the top. And your name, your first and last name and your hour at the top. Go ahead and do that now. Da, 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 da. Blind contour, first and last name, hour. Da, 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 da. Alright, you should be done with that. Okay, now right here, 2 minute BC, blind contour in the first space. In the second space, 1 minute blind contour BC. And the last one, 30 seconds, blind contour. Okay, remember the purpose of a blind contour is to strengthen your hand-eye coordination. So, once you decide if you're going to do a horizontal or a vertical composition, and it doesn't matter if you go off the page, it doesn't matter if it fits in here at all. So for our first 2 minutes, I want you to put your hand between your paper. If you're using a pen, it doesn't matter. If your pencil lead breaks, it doesn't matter. If you go off the edge of the page, it doesn't matter. You do not look at your hand. Do not look at your hand. No. All right, don't look at your hand. So, get ready. I want absolute quiet, total focus. If you are right-handed, then the object should be on your left-hand side. If you're left-handed, the object should be on your right-hand side. So, 2 minutes, and begin. Don't lift your pencil up off the paper. Try to look for all the details. Look for the organic and the geometric shapes. If it doesn't match up, it doesn't matter. Follow one line into the other line. Start noticing vertical placement. My orange is a little bit higher than my pear, and my apple is even a little bit higher than the orange. Look at the bottoms of your objects. Which one is lowest in the composition? Look for different value changes. Look for where it's light and dark and how those light and dark areas make shapes. Don't stop. Keep going for 2 minutes. Really looking. If you've gone over the whole thing, then go over it again. You're really looking at your objects very closely. Look at the shapes. You can also draw in the shadows as you see them. Okay, go ahead and stop. Oh my goodness, that is just craziness. I can see my apple over here. I guess that's my orange. Here's my pear. And I was really looking at all these individual shapes within my fruit, within each shape or each object. All right, let's move on to your 1 minute blind contour. On your marks, I want you to focus, absolute quiet. Do not look at me. If you look up, you have a think sheet. We do not look up. I want you to stare at your still life for 30 seconds without talking. Don't draw yet. I want you to pretend that your eyes are like little ants crawling over every single edge, looking for the high and low key values that create shapes. Absolute focus. Don't draw yet. Total focus. Really notice which object is lowest in the composition, which one is highest in the composition. You have 1 minute. Pencil between your paper. Do not look at your pencil and go. Don't lift up your pencil. Don't worry about what the paper looks like. The paper means nothing right now. Absolutely nothing. All the paper is doing for you is giving you a place to catch that lid. It doesn't matter. Notice how your fruit touches. Are they overlapping? Are they just barely touching? Notice the negative space. You've got 30 seconds to draw. Don't stop. Notice where there's a high key value, a low key value. Notice the shape of the stem. Really focused, absolute focus. Don't stop. 15 seconds. Try to get everything in there in the next 15 seconds. And stop. Alright, I think this one actually looks a little bit better than the last one. I'm not sure where that square rectangle shape came from, but that one's looking even closer. Alright, now for our last one, 30 seconds. Absolute quiet. Doesn't matter which direction your paper is. It could be upside down or it doesn't matter. Alright, 30 seconds. We're going to stare at our objects for 30 seconds. Make sure you cannot see your hand. Don't even be tempted. Okay, super focus on your still life. 1, 2, 3. Mouths are off. Absolute focus. pretend that there are laser beams attached to your eyes. And everywhere your eye goes, it's tracing over the edge of the shapes, looking for details, looking for basic geometric shapes, looking at shapes created by the value changes. Okay, you have 30 seconds on your marks. Get set, draw. Stay absolutely focused. Try to get just the essentials in first. The basic shapes. Notice where the objects are close to each other. Notice the negative space. Notice the shape of your object. You have 15 seconds. Don't lift your pencil up. Just relax and focus. Remember, what's on this drawing doesn't really matter at all. It's just to help you notice. Help you with your hand-eye coordination. Okay, and stop. Okay, what I noticed in this one, when I did these three, is I noticed the variation between dark and light on this. I also noticed this is not a straight line behind my apple. It's not even a straight, it's not even like a geometric curve line. It makes a lot of dips in there. And I noticed that on my pear, there's a darker value there that makes it look round through here. All right, write your name on that, give it to your team captain, and turn those in. Now we're going to look at composition. So you're going to get a little frame, looks like this, and you're going to hold it up to your eyes so that you can look at how it's positioning the fruit in your composition. If you bring it in really close, then it's going to zoom in on the fruit. Like that, I can just see a little bit of the pear and the orange. If I bring it back like this, then I can see the whole thing. Now you could include some negative space. On the right hand side, I've got negative space. Left side has more negative space this time. So you're going to do 4 compositions. You're going to decide where you're going to arrange those things, and then you're going to draw your composition in 4 different ways. So this would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, however you want to do it. Now your frame could also be vertical if you want it to. It could be vertical or it could be horizontal. So we're going to do 4 composition studies. Okay, now you need a frame. You need your frame, and you need a piece of paper. Go ahead and fold your paper into 4s, and we're going to look at 4 different compositions. 4 different compositions. So, your paper is a rectangle, and you could do it as a horizontal composition or a vertical composition. I want you to draw in 4 frames, and I'm going to give you 2 minutes on each one of these. We're not going to get details in. We're just going to figure out where things are. This is how you figure out what the strongest composition is. At the end of class today, the one that you like the best, I want you to draw a star next to the one that you like the best, and I'm going to circle the one that I feel is the strongest composition. Okay, right now go ahead and put your name, your first and last name, and your hour at the top. Go ahead, do it, first and last name. And then write composition studies, COMPOSITION studies, STUDIES. Go ahead and write that on there. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 minutes for each composition. And remember, this time you're going to use your frame and you're going to zoom in and zoom out and try to find the most interesting composition. You need to have one eye closed and one eye open. I want to show you some different ideas. So move that frame around. I think I like my first one the best here. This one I included more negative space, and then I put my horizon line in the background. That would be the edge of the table. This one I made vertical, and the other 3 I made horizontal. I like my 3 horizontal ones the best, and this one is the one I think is the strongest composition, is this one here. So this is the one that I will be doing on my fruit painting.
Draw your first composition. Composition, remember to use your frame so that you're looking for different positions of that fruit.
Come on, release me, baby. Come on, release me, darling. Come on, release me. Come on, release me. Come on, release me. Together we follow. We make it together.
having different views of the same three pieces of fruit. Okay, time for your last composition. Remember, you're keeping it simple. All four compositions need to be different.